You hear me?
Welcome, welcome. This is the next edition of the Black Belt Newscast. I'm Cindy Fisher, publisher.
I'm Todd Prater, reporter and staff writer.
Yes, we are here live. It's our third week to go completely live. Last week I had a bee in my face, so I'm not outside this week. I'm actually in the studio here in the Queen City, Selma, on Broad Street. And Todd is elsewhere in Dallas County. But we cover you guys, the Black Belt, in 6 counties. And we are loving every minute of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Here for another week, another episode of the Black Belt News Network. We can take comments. So if you've got comments, you can make them here wherever you're watching us on YouTube, Facebook, and we will get those comments and be able to answer them for you. And so while we're at it, let's get started with our first story out of the Black Belt for this week's edition.
All right. We got some bad news in Uniontown. Unfortunately, Uniontown is not going to have, there's the city hall, Uniontown will not have a brick and mortar bank immediately anytime soon. They may have an ATM. The FDIC said that when Cadence Bank left and took the charter with them, that there's really no need for a brick and mortar bank in Uniontown because there's 2 other banks in Perry County. And there is a 15-minute drive to Marion and to Demopolis. So it may be a little bit of an inconvenience, but it's not what they call a banking desert. So the county commission is looking at putting in an ATM, and they're looking at credit unions and savings and loans, which, as the Albert Turner Jr. says, is more tailored towards rural areas and doesn't require the federal and the charter and the money flow that a bank will. So we're going to see how that develops. And of course, Black Belt News Network will keep following that to make sure that the folks in Perry County and across the Black Belt know what's going on.
It is not the end all be all losing your bank.
No,
but
it's not the end of the world.
That is, I know.
The problem is that if there's a bank in Uniontown, it helps the economic development of the area. And it's going to be more difficult now for, say, a grocery store to come to town.
Right.
Because they'll be a little hesitant. So we want to get something, like you say, a savings and loan or a credit union. And that's in the works right now.
Well, let's talk about the Black Belt as a whole. There are some efforts being discussed about clean fuel.
Yes, yesterday in Marion, although this was for the whole Black Belt, in Marion at the Marion Arts Center, the Wilburn Building, there was a special meeting of the Clean Fuels, it's a symposium by the Alabama Clean Fuels Coalition, and they were talking about various fuels, alternative fuels, other than diesel and gasoline, that mainly municipalities could use to not only cut back on pollution, but to save a lot of money. They spoke mainly about electric. We had representatives from Alabama Power talking about electric vehicles, and we had representatives from Blossman Gas talking about propane-powered vehicles, which Marion has already explored that possibility and may actually have some propane-powered vehicles before long. So this is not just for Marion, it's for counties and municipalities across the Black Belt and across the state. They've also had symposiums in various Alabama state parks and in Thomasville. The idea is to introduce these potential ways of municipalities and county government saving money, saving tax dollars. And of course, cutting the pollution ain't gonna hurt one bit either. So we'll have a complete story, a little more detail at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com coming up.
So we also want to talk again this week about something cool we've been doing. The Black Belt News Network has received some grant funding to do some videos we're calling Food for the Soul. And these are videos of making soul food healthy. So these are recipes for the soul food. This one is mac and cheese. That one went live. It was our first one that went live, but our second one went live on Tuesday. This one is right here. Alicia Chestnut. Her husband is Prince Chestnut, who is our state representative, and she showed us how she makes her greens. She even used greens from her garden.
Oh,
And this one is making oven fried chicken, which is next. And it's a healthier way of making chicken. And that is Catrice Edwards right there is our videographer who lives here in Selma, Dallas County. And so it was a big plan for us to do this based here. So it's, recipes for the Black Belt from the Black Belt. And those recipes are live. You'll also see on our social media that we have been posting a bunch of fun things on how to save calories, how to low fat ways of eating. So check us out. Obviously, blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. If you go under Health Matters, which is that subject, you will see all those videos or as they're going live. And they're also perfect recipes for Thanksgiving, which, scary enough, that is what's coming, is Thanksgiving. It's right around the corner.
Can you believe it's here already? Donnie and I are doing
what's fun about those videos too is that when I talked to these ladies, I thought we were going to be discussing how to make their recipes healthier, but they actually already had made theirs. So this is LaShawn on the left, LaShawn Langston. She actually owns Healthy Nutrition 27, which is in Selma.
Wow.
Yeah, and so she's already adjusted her mom's mac and cheese recipe to be healthy. I didn't have to do anything new. So it's really sharing what they're passing down generation to generation with the new ways of making stuff healthier. And her mother was in that video, and she was like, "I'm good with it. She changed my recipe, but I'm all right. It still tastes good."
There you go. As long as it tastes good and it's healthier. And like I was about to say, Donnie and I are doing a weight loss and program. We're losing weight and we're getting healthy. And those recipes will be very, very valuable for us to work along with. We're working with Tank over in Demopolis and his gym. And those kind of recipes are very valuable to keep the calories down.
Yes, it has been so much fun. Go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com and see more of the videos, and also follow us on YouTube. You may be watching us right now on YouTube, but that our channel has those, and they're under their own playlist for Food for the Soul. And also with Health Matters, we are planning more, applying for more grant funding, and we'll have some more videos and activities, healthy activities to come. So hey, let's go back in time a few days to Halloween.
Oh,
hang on! I just want to talk about Halloween. I love Halloween. We had so much fun at the Monster March. This guy over here, this Todd guy right here. Wait, let me do my fingers right. There he is. He's a DJ. So he brought all of his DJ equipment, and he does it every year. So you guys see him every year playing all of this awesome stuff.
Halloween stuff like Thriller and Monster March and Frankenstein, and the kids love it. And the kids, we gave out candy, and of course, right next to us, the county commission sets up their booth with all kind of stuff. So I swear there had to have been 1,000 kids. The band marched. They sounded great.
I loved the band. I always love watching the band.
And they sounded so good. Of course, that's when I stopped playing my music so that we could hear them. But it was so much fun. Cindy, you were there. You had fun too. It was a great day.
And it wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cold. And it was a really great day. And they do that every year. There are monster marches all over the Black Belt. There was one in Demopolis, and we shared the pictures from the library in Demopolis. So go check those out on our Facebook and Instagram. We love sharing those photos. Send what you've got. That's another thing I always try to remind folks is, send your news to news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. Send your photos because we can share that too. Even if we're not there, we all of our followers are there. So share. So what's coming up? We have more things coming up.
Yes, lots of things coming up.
We've got Veterans Day coming up.
Yes. 11th month, 11th day, 11th hour. And that is a Veterans Day celebration coming up this coming week, this coming weekend. And, here in Selma, we do, they have the VFW and the American Legion. The VFW does Memorial Day. It's the American Legion that puts on a celebration for Veterans Day.
Right, and that's this one right here. It's at Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, and that's where they do it
last year. This was last year. I think
you shot this last year.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So it's something that it's a beautiful ceremony, and everybody should go and pay the respect to our veterans that are fighting and giving us the ability to have this video right now to sit here and talk to you.
And you see the next generation there too, because we've got ROTC folks from Southside High School's always there. In fact, their colonel lives 2 doors down from me, and so I see him all the time. It's great to see that next generation doing the honors and possibly going into the armed forces to do the same to keep us safe and to keep us free. So we do appreciate what the veterans do for us.
Yeah, love my veteran, man.
Yes, so that's what's coming up. There's something else that's coming up.
Yes, Saturday night, we have to fall back an hour, and I have this really fancy, expensive, fun clock.
Let's see if I can get you to be the center stage in here and see you better. There.
Okay, let's see. What I got to do is find my little
can you see it?
We want to fall back an hour. So run your clock back 1 hour before you go to bed Saturday night. You could wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning to do it, but I would recommend when you go to bed, set it back an hour, and you'll be okay. And if you have computerized clocks that are supposed to do it themselves, double check them. I've had a time or two where it didn't quite do just right, so double check it.
Well, especially if you have to be somewhere. If you have to be somewhere on Sunday like me, I play the flute, and I play flute at many churches around town and Birmingham for that matter. And I have a flute performance on Sunday. I can't be late.
Right, and you don't want to be late or be there and nobody's there because you're now early.
Well, I actually the last time the clocks changed, I missed my rehearsal because I was wrong. Yeah. She was like, yeah, you're supposed to be here an hour ago, but it's okay.
Well, just remember, before you go to bed Saturday night, set your clock back, fall back 1 hour. And
I like the fall back because you get to keep some sleep. Send your news. Send us your news to news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. And of course, we always end our segments by saying thank you to our sponsors.
Thank you so much, Mr. Miller.
Randall Miller Funeral Service and Crematorium. And they're growing so much. We're so proud of what they're doing and the growth that they're doing in Selma, and love that they're part of everything we do here at the Black Belt News Network and Selma Sun. And also follow and subscribe to us, Facebook, Instagram. We are on TikTok and YouTube. Lots of YouTube. We make so much video, don't we, Todd? We make a lot of videos, y'all.
So, yeah.
We want you to watch what we're doing. It's so much fun, and we hope that you guys are along for the ride because it's been
let us know what you want us to cover.
Yes.
If you have something we're two people, so if you see something that we haven't seen, let us know. We'll definitely get in there and cover it.
I don't know why I'm changing all these screens.
You like playing with your buttons over there.
So. I do. This is kind of a neat way of doing our newscast, and we're so excited to be here, and we look forward to being with you guys next week for the next edition of the Black Belt Newscast. Until then, go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com to see all the news we have going on. Sign up for our e-newsletter. It comes out every day at 3, and you will get our headlines. You won't miss anything. Go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com to sign up. It's so easy. It costs nothing.
Thank you for joining us this week.
What?
I said thank you for joining us this week.
Thank you for joining us this week. Join us next week. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
See ya.